I'm eating food that's making me feel good. I'm enjoying my meals. I'm not sitting there going, well, I can't go to my friend's house because they're going to eat. And I need to figure out how to pretend to eat and not get caught pretending to eat and not eat.
So it seems like you're still insecure a little bit with your weight.
I am. It's still there. I'm not perfect, but I am leaps and bounds from when I thought I was the worst thing on the planet and had to cover mirrors.
How do you feel like it's affecting your dating relationships or personal relationships?
My friend relationships, I feel sometimes they probably have suffered because I've lashed out and said things to people I love in what was my attempt at trying to get somebody to see where I was coming from, but instead I was just making them feel bad. Even though I was like in my twisted little mind, I was trying to make them realize that they were pretty, to stop saying those things when they're one of the privileged. Stop it, because it was about me. Because if you think you, who are beautiful, who gets hit on at the bars, who has dudes bringing you flowers and buying you drinks, if you think that you are not pretty and you need to lose weight, what the fuck must I be? So in my attempt to feel better about myself, I was trying to get other people to realize what they were. Because I felt if they could finally accept them, that I couldn't accept me until they could accept them.
Of course.
Because I felt like secretly they really were feeling that way about me if they felt that way about themselves. If they thought that they were, a troll monster at 180 and I'm at 230, then clearly I'm never going to be acceptable to them. You're just lying. You're just saying the words. You don't mean it because you clearly find 180 to be unacceptable. So I am unacceptable by your own metric.
I think so much of the hatred and the toxicity that people have with weight and, bullying and all that shit is that they're unhappy with themselves. They have this fucking miserable life that they hate. And I think society kind of sets us up for it, right?
We were forced to hate ourselves. We're forced to hate ourselves by all of the bullying online, by what dudes say out there, by what the media projects, by all of the skincare commercials, by all of the dieting commercials. Everything that is out there is geared towards making you hate yourself so that you could buy their products.
Of course. Because if you're ugly, you could spend money and we can fix that.
I was married for like a year and a half.
I did not know.
Yeah. And then divorce. It was all bad. It was all me just, projecting and wanting when I didn't really want to be there, because as soon as I got it, I didn't want it anymore. I was like, this is not what I want. But that's all a part of the whole process of learning, because at the time I was still trying to be like everybody else and what they say, people want and things like that. And I'm supposed to, I'm required by society to have a husband. If I have a husband, then I've proven somebody wants me. So that must mean I have worth.
How old? When did you fully accept the non-binary thing and really come into your shell, you think?
2020.
2020?
Yeah.
So 2 years ago.
2 years ago. I've only been out for 2 years because it never all fell into place. And it was one of those things I was watching, funny enough, so I was watching ContraPoints, if you watch her on YouTube, and she was talking about, she was talking about something like heteronormativity, but there was, COMPHET, compulsory heteronormativity. So it's people that are doing because through compulsory means. So people who are acting a specific way because society tells them that they must act a specific way. So I was acting straight. I was dating the men. I was putting on the makeup. I was doing the hair. I was doing all of the things because society has told me that I can do that. I was literally like trying to perfect my makeup and things like that. But the more I would perfect my makeup, the more I would perfect my hair, the more I fucking hated myself because I didn't see me in the mirror The more makeup I wore, the more perfect I made my skin through makeup and everything, the more I hated everything that I saw because it wasn't me. It's like shortly after that I saw the ContraPoints episode that talked about Comp Het, and then I read through the entire thing about Comp Het, and I was like, how did y'all get a hold of my fucking life? Like it was very much like everything was me on the page.
Shit.
And I shaved my head. And when I shaved my head, that 2020 was the first time in my entire life that I could look at my face in the mirror. It wasn't until that moment that I had ever, like I just blocked out mirrors. If they weren't covered, I just blocked them out. They didn't exist. Only if I absolutely had to, and I did so on like the micro level, looking at something up super close so that I wouldn't have to see the hole. And that was the first time that I liked my face. That I was like, okay, this isn't the worst thing that could happen. It's still kind of gross. I don't like it, but it's not the worst thing that could happen. But I still really fucking hated lots of things. But that's when I realized maybe this non-binary is really making sense. It was just like a conflagration of things hitting all at once that just set me reeling.
What was the distance, like time duration between shaving your head and cutting your boobs off? Because I feel like this
was very close. It was very close. So I shaved my head in June of 2020. By November of 2020, I went in for top surgery.
And you feel more comfortable now?
Yes, God, I can look at myself in the mirror. I can look at clothes on myself and like clothes on myself. Like all of those things, one thing led to another, and has just led to more satisfaction and more happiness with my body. See, that's a whole nother thing, is that even through weight gain and everything else, I had people I could have sex with, and excluding my ex-husband, which was a fluke, I never dated. I'd have people who would fuck me, but nobody would love me. I was good enough to fuck. I wasn't good enough to love. And that's what they proved over and over again. Because they would always say, so yeah, I have some hatred of men. I'm sorry.
What do you hope people get from listening to your story?
You don't need to diet. Number one, your body's fucking fine. You aren't going to encourage anybody else to be fat by you existing in your body. Just exist in your body. You exist. There's nothing wrong with you. Stop dieting. Start loving. Figure out that turning point to helping you say fuck you to all of those people. Figure out how to stand up for yourself when you go to a doctor's visit and tell them, I don't want you to weigh me, or hey, you're being a douche nozzle. I need you to actually care about my health. Just kind of like don't be me, man. Man, don't be where I was. Don't be where I was. Learn to love yourself. Figure out how to love yourself. Escape this fucking diet mentality. Escape this body is all things mentality. And just be. You have my permission to just be. You want to wear hot pink? Wear fucking hot pink. You want to wear a crop top? Wear a crop top. You want to wear a bikini? Fucking wear a bikini. Just fucking do what you want to do. Do it. Fuck everybody else. And I know you, because I was you in your place hearing me say fuck everybody else. Well, I don't fucking get it. It doesn't work that way because everybody else is blah, 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 and all the words. I promise you, it does work. You can have these things. I am not an anomaly. Just be, man.
I want to thank you for listening to this podcast. If you are interested in being on the podcast, please email cartherapypod@gmail.com. Thank you.